Welcome back to the channel. Today we're asking the question, is this the best budget guitar a person can buy? Well, let's find out. Yes, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. In my hands, I've got what I think is one of the best budget guitars currently on the planet. It is, of course, yes, a Firefly. As you guys can see, this is the Firefly Classic. This is the bare bones version of the guitar, selling for under 200 bucks. I think it's about $189 for this guitar, which is absolutely insane. Now, I've never played on this version before, but maybe about a year ago, I had a viewer actually send in their personal guitar, which was the Elite version of that. So I'll link to that if you want to see what the difference is between the bare bones version and the Elite guitar is. But anyway, we're going to focus on the most affordable version. So here we go. Now, when it comes to Firefly, I think they're the worst kept secret in the guitar world. Everybody knows about Firefly, and the reason for that, I think, is the price. They're just so affordable that if you don't have a Les Paul or a 335 or whatever in your collection, well, you grab a Firefly and off you go. So it really makes it affordable for people to experience different styles of guitar, which I think is really important, because when you're just starting to play, you might not know which style of guitar you really, connect with, and you don't want to spend, tons of money on different guitars. So to be able to own one and really get to know one for really cheap, I think is what makes Firefly so popular. And now that they've been out for, a few years, people can start to vouch for their longevity as well. Now, when it comes to this model here, the Classic, there's no surprises. You've got a mahogany neck, mahogany body, maple top, rosewood fingerboard, even a bone nut on this model, which is really, really nice. Great feature. I'll just give a shot of that rosewood. Actually looks pretty good. And the inlays and stuff like that. So yeah, no surprises when it comes to this guitar. But of course, let's dive in, take a closer look, listen to some tones, and off we go. So let's start with the neck pickup. I'll just run through a few chords for you guys. Totally clean so that we can hear what that sounds like. Here we go. Yeah, so then that neck pickup has a nice kind of full but bright tone. Lots of sustain on this one too. Yeah, so let's try that neck pickup and then compare it to the middle pickup here. Yeah, that middle pickup definitely has a little bit more kind of quack to it. Yeah, some nice, nice little quack to that for sure. And then that bridge. So after listening back to those clips, in my opinion, the guitar sounds best clean, with light bluesy breakup, maybe all the way up to kind of classic rock. Once you get into like heavy rock and metal, like I did at the end there, the guitar kind of falls apart. The pickups are really noisy, they get a little squealy, and I did a quick test to see if they're microphonic. Let's listen to that now.
Are these pickups still microphonic? I think the answer is yes.
So yes, the pickups are still microphonic. Every single Firefly that I've ever owned, borrowed, demoed, have all had the same problem. If you use too much gain, they squeal, they get microphonic, they start getting really noisy. So bear that in mind. If you want to play kind of heavier styles with a Firefly guitar, which is totally doable, a pickup swap is probably in your best interest to something much, much quieter. But if you're going to stick to kind of like clean jazz, blues, and classic rock, I think you'll be totally fine. So now that we've heard a few tones in isolation, I'm going to jam over a backing track. The link to the track will be in the video description below. As always, it's time for the 1 minute solo. Now moving on to the overall construction, let's take a close look at this guitar specifically, and in a more general sense, Firefly as a brand, because I think the things that you can see on this guitar are a good representation of what a person could expect should they purchase a guitar like this, which I do recommend. So let's start up on the nut. Now this is a bone nut, which is absolutely fantastic, almost unheard of in, a price tier like this. So absolutely fantastic. And when we look close, as you can see, there's adhesive that is spilled out onto the fingerboard. And when we look at the nut on the other side, you can see a little dab of glue that's kind of squeezed out there as well. And I've seen this on multiple Firefly guitars. So should you purchase one, you might expect to see that. That can be cleaned up. I've showed that over on Instagram when I was doing another Firefly review. But I'd like to see them use the appropriate amount of adhesive. And if they're used too much and it spills out, just clean it up. But the slots themselves are really nice. And you guys heard, bending, vibrato, soloing, all that kind of stuff. It holds tune once the strings are stretched. And I'm just using the stock strings. So when you do purchase a budget guitar, I do recommend going to a nicer set of strings. That'll make a big difference. So there you guys go. When it comes to the frets, I was really impressed with the fret ends, and I have been on other Fireflies as well. Yeah, just really nice on the fret ends actually for a budget guitar. Some of the nicer ones for sure. On the front face, they are a little gritty when you do bends and vibrato. So you could pull the strings off, polish them up. But when we're talking budget guitars in general, most of them won't have like super shiny, reflective, buffed up frets. They're just gritty. So you either have to polish them up yourself or just play them in as you use the guitar. All that grittiness will disappear. So that's something I noticed. And there's a little finish blemish on the back of the neck where it was bumped or touched or whatever. Nobody noticed it. They put the clear coat on and now it's under the finish. So again, I've seen that on some Firefly guitars as well. On this one, it's just one little tiny spot. But again, should you purchase it, that is something that you might notice. And that's pretty much it. Like I've said on all my other Firefly reviews, there's cosmetic things when you talk about a very budget guitar. There's going to be maybe some things on the binding, some discoloration of the binding. There might be a few little finish flaws in it. There might be glue on the nut, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of things you can expect with like a $189 guitar. So just be aware of those. If you can live with that, well, there's pretty much no downside. I even pulled off the back cavity cover. You got full-size pots back there. Now it isn't shielded, so that again, with the pickups being quite noisy when you use high gain, you might want to pull your pots out, reshield it if you're going to do some work on it. But as it is, if you're not going to be playing high gain, I wouldn't worry about it. You got humbuckers, so there's not going to be, you know, single coil kind of hum. But yeah, as you add gain, they do squeal and get quite noisy. But that's kind of it. Of all the Firefly guitars that I've personally owned or that I've borrowed from friends who own them, or you know, sent into the channel, they're all about the same, which is pretty cool. And I've never seen anything, you know, bad with the neck joints. Let's see if I can get a shot here. You know, great, really nice. No problems there at all. The binding on this one actually looks really nice. And yeah, there's just that one little finish touch. So as I mentioned, those are the kind of things I've noticed with Firefly. Overall construction is totally fine. You know, it's built like a beast. You can plug it in, you can have fun. And for the money, man, it's hard to beat. So overall, it's an easy recommendation from me. I mean, at 189 bucks, how could you not? The thing looks great, plays great, sounds really good, especially in that kind of like medium to low gain settings. So if you're looking for a guitar like this, I will link to it in the video description below. You can check it out there for the full specs. But yeah, easy recommendation. The Firefly guitars are just so good for the price. And as long as you can live with a few little cosmetic things in the finish here or there, which is common to all budget brands, yeah, no brainer. This is one of the best budget entry-level guitars currently out there. So yeah, easy pick for sure. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so. I got lots of great guitar content lined up for you guys, hopefully helping you find the right gear and guitars for your needs. So other than that, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time with a new video. Take care.